I'm here today to tell you that out of position Perisic is one of the best cards that you will ever use on FIFA 23. Robbie, let's get into the review.
Yes, Jack, he's always been a bit of a FIFA hero. Obviously, he's a cam now. He can also play right back, right mid, right wing. It's an interesting promo, but he looks like a very good card, Jack. Coming in at under 100,000 coins. What are your first impressions?
I didn't know where this man was meant to be. Whether he's a cam, right wing, right back, CDM.
Yeah.
Robbie, this man is probably the most versatile guy I've used all year.
I mean, it's unsurprising, I think. He's got 77 defending as well, so he can play in like an attacking role. Or as like a box-to-box. Where did you use him?
So I started off using him at cam because obviously, you know, I was wanted to review him, get goals with him, get assists with him, which he was very, very good at. Very tenacious, really, really strong on the ball. Obviously, the 5-star weak foot is bloody beautiful in the cam position because you get those nice spraying passes.
Yeah.
You get easy shots. But Rob, I was then intrigued because I was losing the game, so I dropped him to CDM to bring on more attackers. And Robbie, he came alive. He was unbelievable. Listen, his defending stats are pretty good already. Like 83 defensive awareness, Rob, is pretty damn good for a card with stats like this.
Yeah, his defending stats like all around the board. Like, he wouldn't be a miss in that position at all, I imagine. Like, we were using players with 60 defending in the past at CDM, so.
The opinion that I've got at the minute about Perisic is that there's quite a few cams that can probably do what he does, to be honest with you. But there's not many CDMs at all that have got the ability going forward that he's got, as well as having that sort of defensive capability. He is massive, Robbie. He's high in average plus. He's got 86 strength, 90 stamina, 94 jumping. He's 6'1". Robbie, I can't believe that this guy is under 100k. Genuinely, he is one of the best cards I've used all year.
It's really weird that he is that cheap, because he is Prem as well. He's not lacking in links, is it?
The only thing that he's losing in points, Rob, is the fact he's a bloody Spurs player, and also he's Croatian, so it's not the easiest to get links. But if you're going for a full Prem build, Rob, this guy is unbelievable. Stick this guy next to like a Kante or something really defensive-minded.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good time with him.
Yeah, I do think there's a lack of midfielders as well in the Prem this year, but it's weird that he's so cheap. Do you think he could be a right back or any other position?
I think he can be every single one of them, Rob, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think the only ones that he'd struggle with slightly would be the wing. His pace isn't bad. Yeah, his pace isn't bad, but I wouldn't say that he's like rapid. You know, he's quick enough to do what he needs to do. You can make him lengthy if you want with an architect, but for me, I don't actually think it's worth it for once, to be honest with you.
Right, okay.
For me, I started off with Engine, and I thought, you know what, his dribbling is actually all right anyway, so I went off to a Hawk.
Yeah.
I felt like he needed a little bit more pace, so I'd probably go with a Hunter. Although, if you are going to use him at CDM, like I'm going to in a future build, I would just use Shadow on him, Rob.
Yeah, I was going to suggest Shadow, yeah. He looks sick with the Shadow, doesn't he? Jesus Christ, what is his RPP? He's an 85 CDM. That's not actually that great, but his lowest is actually 85 CDM on the pitch. Everywhere else, he's like 86 or above. That's mental.
He is literally Mr. Versatile. You know, John O'Shea's got posters of even Perisic out of position card on his wall.
Yeah.
It's baffling, Rob. I don't understand how this guy's under 100k. Guys, I think you're missing out if you're not using this guy and you've got a Prem team. This guy or De Bruyne, I'm choosing this guy all day.
Really? Wow, okay.
Yeah,
Bold
he's
statement.
just got so much over De Bruyne as well. And I think another thing about Perisic is that if you are starting him, you can drop him CDM like I have been doing now.
Yeah.
And you've got, you know, that ability going forward. And it just gives you so much flexibility when they wanted to change formations as well in game. It could be, I think he'd be a pretty good wing back, to be honest with you. I don't think he'd be a great winger. Whereas I think with wing backs, sometimes you can have a little bit more flexibility. You know, you can do more LBAs. You don't have to have that, you know, that burning pace that nobody really has, to be honest with you. Altogether, Rob, I'm struggling to find things I didn't like about the card. At first, I did find his shooting a little bit off. But I got used to it very, very quickly. Yeah. And Robert, he's sick. I can't express it anymore. 92 composure and 90 reactions, by the way, Rob, is crazy important for any position on the pitch.
It is. I was going to say, how is he on the ball?
He's actually surprisingly smooth. With him being higher than average plus.
Yeah, it's a big plus.
He's bloody wonderful. Yeah, the plus makes a big difference, believe it or not. Yeah. 87 dribbling, 86 ball control. I'm not going to say like he's smooth with it, but he's clunky in the good way. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
he's bubbly, you could call him.
He's much better than Haaland.
Yeah?
He's much better than Haaland for comparison.
Oh, right, okay.
I'd say to anyone that needs a centre mid, whether it's, I mean, Rob, to be fair, at centre mid in like a 4-4-2, this guy's going to go crazy. He's going to be so good.
I am tempted. Rob, the only thing is that he's a Spurs player. That's the only thing.
I know he is. I know. You know, you've got to sometimes get over it though, and bring him in for the greater good. Yeah. And for that reason, Rob, I've given him a 9.75.
Big praise.
It's a big number. The reason why he's not quite a 10, like we just said, is dribbling is a little bit, you know, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Shooting, I know I got used to it, but it was still suspect in some positions where I feel like he probably should have scored, really. But you kind of get used to a player, I think, sometimes. You can green time a bit more often with them, so that'd probably go down the line.
I imagine
not be a problem down the line.
Helps as well.
Yeah, it's very nice. This is the first time, I think, apart from Usmani, that I've used a 5-star weak foot player, and it's, oh, Robbie, I miss it, man. Honestly, it's unbelievable. It's so good. You can just spam him from anywhere.
Yeah.
In terms of value, I was tempted by the 10, but I think I'm going to give him a 9 just because of the lack of, like, I say strong links. They're not a thing anymore, but lack of, like, 2-point links or whatever you call them. There's no reason why I'm marking him down for his actual play in game. I'm in love, Robbie, and it's with a man called Ivan. In terms of chem style, we've already spoke about it a little bit. Hunter, I'd say if you're using him in an attacking position, whereas Shadow is probably the one to go if you're using him in a defensive one.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's one of them where you can sort of decide what chem style, mould him to the sort of role you want him to play. He can play a variety of roles. Is there anything else you want to mention, Jack, before we wrap it up?
No, maybe he can do some role play with me with all those roles he can do, and whether that's fat rolls or actual role play, Rob,
sausage rolls,
up to you to decide.
Yeah,
it could be. I'll have a sausage roll. If you've enjoyed the review, please do let us know down in the comments. Tell us how bloody amazing we are. Tell me how good I am at eating sausage. But until next time, make sure you sub as well, by the way. Until next time, I've been Jack.
I've been Robbie.
We've been Backpage Gaming. We'll see you in the next one.
See you later.